They said African midfielders couldn't dominate in Europe. They said power and grace couldn't coexist. But then came Yaya Toure, a man who didn't just play football, he commanded it. Born in Bouak, Ivory Coast, Yaya's journey was never easy. He grew up in a country where dreams were often crushed by poverty and instability. But from the dusty pitches of Abidjan, he had one goal: to prove that an African player could rule the world's biggest stages. His journey began in Belgium with Beveren, then moved across Europe, Ukraine, Greece, and finally Monaco, where scouts began to notice something special: a tall, powerful midfielder who could dribble like a winger and shoot like a striker. Then came the call that changed everything: Barcelona. Imagine walking into a dressing room with Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta. Yaya didn't flinch. In 2009, he helped Barca win the treble under Pep Guardiola, even playing as a centre-back in the Champions League final because his team needed him. That's how good he was. Adaptable, reliable, dominant. But Yaya wanted more than just medals. He wanted influence. So in 2010, he joined Manchester City, a team still dreaming of becoming elite. And it was in Manchester that Yaya Toure became a legend. From box-to-box runs to thunderbolt goals, he made midfield look like art. Remember that FA Cup goal against Stoke City in 2011? That single strike ended City's 35-year trophy drought and started a new era. And hey, before we continue, if you're feeling this story, like, share, and hit that follow button for more football history. Back to the story. In the 2013-14 season, Yaya scored 20 goals for midfield, leading City to another Premier League title. He wasn't just powerful, he was poetic. Every touch, every pass, every drive forward was a statement that African players belonged at the very top. But behind the brilliance came tension, fallout with Guardiola, being overlooked for awards, and the famous birthday cake controversy. Still, none of that could erase what Yaya had done for African football. He showed that strength and skill weren't opposites, they were his language. When he finally left City, he'd won everything: league titles, cups, and respect. But more importantly, he'd inspired a generation, from the streets of Lagos to the fields of Nairobi, proving that greatness doesn't need validation, only vision. Because Yaya Toure didn't just rise. He redefined what it means to be unstoppable.